It's week 3 and look who's back. Or you can hear who's back.
I was here last week in spirit.
You were here in spirit.
I watched the video live.
You left me fantastic notes, and it was great, and I appreciate it. So if it's just me flying solo, it's okay, because Chris wrote some very in-depth notes, and I really appreciate it. I just read it off all on the...
I figured you would have looked at it beforehand.
Oh, I did, and then just to get a refresher, I read it during the podcast, and I was like, okay, well, this is great. This is fantastic. And then your picks were at the bottom, and I was like, all right, good to go. But anyway, welcome to week 3 of the weekly NFL podcast that is Chopping Birds. I say it different every fucking week. I'm one of your co-hosts, Pork Chop, with
Big Bird.
And my wife sitting in the background on the not the auditioning couch.
Hello. Y'all can make it.
I mean, we could make it an auditioning couch, but that's for a different podcast. That's for like Brohio or Tales from the Dark or something like that. But anyway, so Chris is back, and he's back with the standings.
Yes.
Why don't you update the folks on the standings, my friend?
On the standings.
On the standings.
Well, let's see here. Last week, let's go back to week 2. I was 12-4.
Mm-hmm.
Colin was 11-5. Johnson was 11-5. Michael, you suck.
Michael, you suck.
I'm sorry. You just had a bad week.
Remember when he was like running away with this shit at one point? What was it, last year? The year before that?
No, I killed y'all last year.
Yeah.
I was up by like 10 games or 12 games at the end of it.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago that it was like, you know what? This is just fucking Michael's podcast. We don't exist.
Michael will bounce back. He was 8-8.
Yes.
And the total standings are, I'm in first.
Yep.
With 21 points. Then Colin is 1 back of me. Johnson's 2 back of me. Michael's 4 back of me.
Watch him just go undefeated this week.
Sidebar. Did you see the parlay that the guy had?
No.
16-game parlay?
No.
He bet $25. And he picked all 16 games. And the only one he was 15-0 going into Monday night. And he picked fucking Detroit.
Why?
Well, he also picked us. He picked a lot of weird ones.
But, okay, so I guess that's probably where the money was, though.
Yeah, I mean, if Detroit would have won, he would have won $750,000. $25 to that.
Jeez.
Fucking Aaron Rodgers.
I know a guy that did. He bet $20 for the Vikings to win the division.
When was this?
I think like back in like July or something like that. So it was like 1 in like 15 or something like that. So 15 times 20, it's a pretty decent payday if you hit it. But regardless, I don't think he's gonna hit it.
No.
Because Aaron Rodgers decided to wake the fuck up last week. But we'll get to that probably later. So, yeah, we're going to start off talking about... Chris, how do you think the refs are doing this week? Or this season so far?
Like, fucking took away a touchdown from Julio, so I'm already mad about that. Like, Twitter was just blowing up.
Oh, they fucked us in week 1, and then they gave us a reach around in week 2, so I was like...
I heard everyone was just committing penalties in y'all's game.
Oh, yeah, and it was like bullshit penalties, too. Like, I was like, that's a penalty? They called it... Huh? That's... Okay, cool.
The new taunting penalty is stupid.
Oh, it is, yeah. Jared Cook, I mean, it was an illegal shift, evidently, but he taunted after he got his touchdown against us. And
it's like, it happened against the Seahawks we were playing this weekend. I guess A.J. Brown dropped a pass, and the guy looked all tough at him, and he looked at him all tough.
Yeah, say that's the shit. I mean, that's not the refs. That's the league itself telling refs, hey, you need to look for shit like this. You need to look for shit like that. For a while, the no fun league, kind of dissipated, and then now it's kind of turning back around to being the no fun league again, because you're getting penalties for. All he did was when he got the touchdown, he just spun the ball, and it just spun in the end zone, and he just was dancing. And they called a penalty on him. And I'm like, come on. 5 years ago, that was something that, was celebrated. Now you guys are taking dumps on people. Come on.
I usually get paid for that.
You just pay extra for that kind of action, Kyle. Yeah. My only complaint about it is, nobody really knows what a penalty is anymore. I mean, would they say that holding... You got holding on every single play. Yes, it's just depends on the refs when they want to call it. The weird part is I kind of agreed with this other podcast I listened to about the Cowboys. Some of the penalties they called on the Chargers were make-up penalties for fucking us over earlier. Like, there's a few of them that it was just, blatantly, okay, what the fuck was that?
That's dumb.
And then they would call a penalty on us for no reason. And then later on in the game, it was like, oh, the LA Chargers did this one thing that we're going to make up. And well, we made up for it. You're welcome. It's a first down. You're welcome. I'm like, no. So, all right. So what we
at least we're terrible across the board.
pretty much need to say is, get your shit together, refs.
Refs will never get shit together.
I mean, they won't. I mean,
human errors are part of the game.
Oh, it is.
Not as much as baseball, but it is a part of the game.
Oh my gosh, baseball, human errors. That's a.
At least they don't review pass interference.
That's a whole different animal.
Nonsense.
Yeah, that was a one and done. I'm kind of glad that was a one and done. But now the taunting penalty, I think, is probably going to be a one and done.
I hope so.
Because it's
garbage.
It is waffle. Okay. Just give me one team.
One team.
One team that should be panicking right now.
Don't panic! Don't panic! Don't panic!
The Jaguars.
Oh.
They're posting memes about Urban Meyer being like, hey, stick with us. We suck right now, but we won't later.
No, you will later.
Yeah, because he's going to be gone anyway.
You're going to go from one dick to full-blown bukkake by the end of, week 17. So.
Well, I mean, don't search Bukaki.
Do not search. Do not search Jaguar bukkake and don't ask Sarah or Google.
Won't that be something?
Just,
they I mean, Urban Meyer's will be gone. He'll be at USC in 6 months.
Yeah, that's the biggest concern right now. Is they're like he's literally going to just run for the hills at the end of the season and go to USC and leave, Lawrence with a new head coach to deal with, a new system to deal with.
Like Lawrence is off to the worst season of a number one pick ever. So good for him.
Ever. I mean, and this is the other side of that coin. I mean, Peyton sucked his first year with the Colts. Aikman sucked his first year with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Not this bad, though.
Not he is technically worse. So, and he has Urban Meyer as coach. So
the guy
Urban Meyer can't coach a team where the players make more than him.
So, no, he can't. He's like, I'm going to go back to that.
He needs children that he can boss around. These Euro men don't give a shit. Don't give a fuck what he says.
I'm going to go back to the college where they only get paid, a couple $100,000 versus a couple hundred.
Did you see that high school kid out of Dallas he was the number one quarterback for 2022 class. He skipped his senior season and went up to Ohio State and then signed a $1 million endorsement.
Yes, I did hear about that.
Fuck?
That's nuts. That is absolutely crazy. The guy could just do whatever he wants.
Imagine how much Manziel could have made on top of what he was already making.
Manziel, if 2012, if we had this stuff, the intellectual property, is that what it is? Likeness.
Yeah. You can make money off your own name.
Which, I mean, that's why they're going to bring NCAA football back. Thank God. I'm so happy about that.
Is that 2023?
So, yeah, I think it's not this wave, but next wave. And, imagine the money Manziel could have made in 2012, and he probably would have stuck around all 4 years, but that's a different horse of its own right there. That's
Zach Wilson's is Manziel changed my mind.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, except Zach Wilson started week 1. Manziel had to sit behind. I don't even remember who the quarterback was for the Browns. Was it Hoyer? Yeah, I think it was Hoyer. Hoyer. Not Voya, like the insurance, but Hoyer. So, I mean, I agree with you. The Jaguars probably need to panic a little bit.
They're just a constant say of panic down there in Duval. I fucking hate the Jags.
Yeah, how do you go? Was it 2016 where they had like the best season ever in their franchise?
It was 16 or 17 where they made it to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah, they were a touchdown away.
They were up 10 points on Brady.
Yeah, they were 2 minutes away from the Super Bowl that year.
And now look where they're.
And then you suck, and it's just been a decline to the point where you get the first pick overall. I agree with you. That was actually going to be my team. Was the Jacksonville Jaguars to panic because holy shit, Urban Meyer's already got 1 foot out the door, and he just freaking got here 5 minutes ago.
Well, they posted a meme saying, "Stick with us."
Yeah,
don't quit on us yet.
Yeah,
I was like,
I think people are already starting to quit on you for sure.
Poor Duval.
That's what you get for replacing the mullet.
Mullet man, what's his name?
Minshew. That's what you get. He's a Philly's backup. He's Jalen Hurts' backup quarterback.
Philly? That's interesting.
Yeah, Philly. We'll see what happens Monday.
That's true.
All right. So what team doesn't need to panic right now? It may look bleak, but it's going to be okay.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
I'll let you go first on this one.
Okay, this one. The team I think that really doesn't need to panic whatsoever is apparently the Browns aren't looking so hot.
Okay, you can't steal mine, but yes.
You stole mine and I stole yours. That's how it works.
That's how it leaves. Because if Tyrod Taylor stayed in that game, they may have lost that one.
Yeah, thank God. Good old Tyrod.
That poor guy.
Oh, God, that dude, man, his legacy is going to be
Can't catch a break.
from being the starting quarterback to a week or two later, and then the rookie comes in and takes over, and then you're at a different team next year. Because that's what happened to him with the Chargers. That's what happened to him in Cleveland. That's what happened to him everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. The guy
Poor bastard.
just... Oh, well. Hey, so if you draft a rookie quarterback, make sure that you have Tyrod Taylor on the roster, and you should be all right. That means the quarterback might actually do okay. I don't know how this quarterback's going to do in Houston, but...
I got 22-year-old, like, third round draft.
Yeah. The Browns are... You know, right now, Landry's gone and Odell's gone for, a few weeks.
Oh, hell.
Odell might play this week. They haven't really decided yet, but Odell has not had any contact whatsoever. Like, he has not had, tackling drills or anything like that. Like, the dude...
What's wrong?
I can't remember. It was obviously an injury, but I just can't remember where, but... It was like they kind of put the kid gloves on during preseason. Like, okay, you don't have to play. You don't have to suit up. You don't have to practice. You're Odell. You made 2 good catches your entire career, and you're a god, apparently. So, good for you.
So dare we.
It was against my Cowboys, but y'all still lost that game. So that's what I can sleep at night knowing. But, yeah, Odell might be back. Landry hurt his hip, I think, was the issue with his hip. So he might be out for a couple of weeks. But with the new IR, it's only 3 weeks, and then you can come back. It's not 6 anymore. Like it used to be scary back in the day.
They changed it last year because of COVID. So
yeah, so you did it by half because 2-week quarantine, but whatever. So yeah, the Browns are going to be fine. They have the 2-headed monster at running back. They have Baker, who will always find a way. You lose to the Chiefs by a last-minute interception, and you barely beat the Houston Texans. I mean, that was just kind of. They were kind of surging there for a minute, the Texans, and then all the steam went out the building when Tyrod went down. So, Cleveland Browns, don't panic.
Also, KC, don't panic. You barely lost.
Yeah, KC, for sure. All right, so Chris, this next segment is...
What the fuck happened?
Who's your pick for what the fuck happened this week? I already got mine. I think you're going to steal it. If I know you...
I don't want to steal it.
Okay, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Seattle Seahawks.
No, okay. Yeah.
Up by 15
A
half, which since Russell Wilson got there, you have never lost a game when you're up by 15 points or more at halftime.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened? You blew it. I mean...
I can tell you what the fuck happened.
King Henry?
That's a big dick man named Derrick Henry. he regained his crown.
He just put his dick on the table.
It'd be louder than that.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let me get some space here.
Before you...
Knocking shit over? That's exactly how it is.
They have to kill Batman and Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger and Batman are down, So yeah, that's pretty much it. Derrick Henry went God mode, as he does, and the Seattle Seahawks had to pay the consequences.
Yeah.
So that's why what the fuck happened was the Seattle Seahawks.
It's a bad man right there.
A lot of people panicked. They're like, we got to get rid of him on fantasy. That's why I was trying to make you an offer. Like, hey, you want it?
No.
I totally understand. Like, it was just a,
I know. My biggest issue is with your offer is you didn't even give me a running back to replace him with. You sent me three receivers,
because I liked
Trey Lance or something like that.
I liked all my running backs, and I was like,
I need
if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, whatever. Like today, I proposed a trade. Tim Patrick, my wide receiver, I traded him for Tyler Higbee.
I saw that in the email.
And it was accepted. I was like, oh, I didn't expect that to go through. I also asked your sister for Pitts, but she's probably just going to let that last.
She screenshot. She's like, what the fuck is this?
I need a tight end.
And she's like, he doesn't even give me a tight end to replace him with.
I mean, I could give you...
you need to give replacements.
Fryermuth is my tight end.
I'm pretty happy with my tight end. I have Hawkinson.
Yeah, you got a good one. Definitely got a good one. I looked at yours. I was looking at like the top 7, and I was like, okay, who can I make a trade with? Because y'all all have good tight ends, and mine are. Because I picked up Cole Kmet off waivers last week, and he got me a point, and I was like, I can't do this shit every week, so
my team finally might win it all.
There you go. I'm a tight end away. Everything else is good except for my tight end. So.
And now I got Saquon.
Okay, we got to talk about that, Christopher. I had somebody who shall be nameless in the league message me on Facebook and say, "What the fuck? That is not fair. That is the worst trade I've ever seen. How did it happen?"
It would be worse if I was the one who tried to trade for Barkley, giving him nothing. But I just saw it because it was like...
Okay. A little bit of context, Chris. Why don't you tell the viewers what you did? Go sit in the corner, think about what you done, tell them what you did.
Someone.
You got gunpoint, knife point. Have you seen John Wick?
Yes.
You killed his dog, you killed his wife, you mashed his car up, and you burned his house down.
Yeah, I was... Okay, so the trade was I give away Juju and... Who's a solid flex.
Middle of the road, yeah.
A flex.
Yeah.
Not a starter, but a solid flex.
Yes.
And then Naheem Hines, or Naheem...
Hines from...
Yeah, the backup running back at Indy, who gets about 5 to 10 points a game.
Better than 0, I guess.
Well, that's true. My running backs before this were Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry, so I didn't really need Hines.
Yeah.
He was just there in case someone got hurt.
So,
So, in return for those two, for a flex and a bench player, I get Cortland Sutton, or I think that's his name, right?
Yeah, which is...
He's pretty much a wash for Juju, because I have DK and Cooper as my...
Yeah, but Sutton is the wide receiver 1 because Judy's out. Yeah. So he's going to be the wide receiver 1 for the Broncos. So
Sutton is now my flex.
So you trade like a wide receiver 2 to 3 for a wide receiver 1, so I can kind of see where the issue is there. And then it gets worse.
And then the second player I get is none other than Saquon Barkley.
For Naheem Hines.
So I went from the 13th overall pick, which is Barkley, to the 85th overall pick for Hines.
Oh my god. And then Chris was texting me gloating about it, and I'm like, I'm the commissioner and I can reject that if I want to, right? And then you're like, you don't get to play God. I'm like, yes I do. It's in my job description.
If people I would have been so mad if you rejected that. Because people didn't vote against it. No one voted.
No, because freaking, Matt.
If someone would have voted against it,
Matt should have voted. I should have voted. I didn't even know it was a vote. Like, I should have just done it.
No one voted, so.
Taylor and Andrew probably would have been
like Matt, the one who messaged you?
Yes. I accidentally let that slip. Matt was like, are you going to do something about this? And I said, they're 2 grown men. Like, if they okay the trade, the trade's okay.
It would look worse if I was trying to get it from, what was his name? Is it?
Floyd.
If I was trying to get that trade from Floyd, it would look worse. But he came to me. He came to me and said, "Hey, here's Saquon, take him."
He made the trade.
Yeah,
he came to you with that trade. Yes. You didn't go to him.
I haven't offered any trades.
I feel like 50% better. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't reject.
No, I didn't. I didn't steal anything from him. He gave it away.
And then I sent him a trade, and he rejected me. That prick. It was a 1-for-1, and he was like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh, but you're gonna give Saquon away for free? Fuck you."
Unless he must have really wanted Juju, I guess. There had to be a reason he made that trade.
There's no reason he needed. Maybe it's Sutton that he probably wanted.
No,
you got Sutton. You got Sutton.
You already made. I already had probably the best running back group, and now you just made it better.
Yeah.
And now I have DK, Sutton, and Cooper as my 3 receivers. Plus, I have Hawkinson as my tight end.
Well, Chris, I mean, it definitely put a turd in the punch bowl this week for fantasy. But you know what? You made off like a bandit. I guess that'll be okay.
Listen, I would understand you rejecting it if I made the offer.
Yeah, but he came to me. Like I would have been like the teacher, like no, that's not right.
Like I have not made any offers to anybody because I was happy with my team.
Okay, so this is the longest segment of. So yeah, that was my what the fuck happened with the trade this week. So
apparently,
Chris, what was yours? Did you say what yours? What the fuck happened?
Well, I went to the Giants who fucked it.
Oh, they did. That was a good game though.
It was a good game.
It was a very entertaining game.
All you gotta do is just don't hop off sides.
Yeah, don't hop off sides, and then dropped a touchdown in the end zone.
I say, Daniel Jones looked really good.
I may have picked him up on a couple of waivers this week.
He looked pretty good.
Because they have designated runs for him, I found out. So I'm like, yeah, I'm picking that bitch up.
Right. Speaking of who are you picking up this week?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, the good segue, Chris. There you go. Chris, fantasy player pickup of the week. Who you got?
Mine's maybe an obvious one. Justin Fields. Available in 50% of leagues.
Yep, and he's starting this week.
That's why he's a pickup.
Guarantee. My pickup, I guess you're going quarterback. I'll go quarterback. Go get Daniel Jones. Saquon is kind of iffy right now. He'll get probably better as the season goes along. They're easing him back into the rotation.
The reason I was happy with Saquon is week 3 Saquon, week 10 Saquon will be much better than week 3.
Yeah,
Saquon.
and then, this is actually a pretty good game for him because they're playing against the Falcons this week. So if he needs to get his feet wet, then that's definitely a good game.
Be a mile lineup.
And it's also a good game for Daniel Jones to get his feet wet because if they're doing designated runs for Daniel Jones, who should have had over 100 yards rushing last week, had a touchdown call back, then I'm okay with that.
That was 2 touchdowns they lost. So that was a holding penalty, and then the dropped touchdown in the end zone.
Which was a gift wrap. I was like, oh my God.
That was a good throw.
I was like, the Giants are actually going to pull. Oh, no, he dropped.
I remember they're still the Giants.
I was like, oh, man. Still the New York football Giants.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to give you the floor to go ahead and talk about your Tennessee Titans. What'd you like? What didn't you like? How can you improve?
I loved it all.
Where did you improve?
Well, we won, so that's good.
Woo!
But offense was really good. I mean, Tannehill threw for 1,000 yards, and then Henry ran for another 1,000. But the issue with the Titans, we should have been up technically 24-20 at half because we got down to the 10-yard line 3 times and settled for 3 field goals. One of them was a touchdown. The refs took away. There. And then
AJ Brown, you said, or Julio?
Julio. They're like they can't see this, but here's the back of the end zone. His foot is that. And like, oh no, he didn't land. He was out of bounds. Well, you can see green. And they called it a touchdown on the field and they overturned it.
Which is stupid.
I'm like, huh? And then Randy Bullock missed a field goal, but man, we did sign him a week ago. But he made 4 out of his 5, so we'll give him.
Yeah, he got that one in overtime, so I guess that's the one that counted.
Oh, thank God.
But when I saw he was on your team, I'm like, the Aggies on the team.
I haven't Tannehill.
So regardless, the Aggie was going to be the savior for you on that game, or it could have been the Bama.
Bama was definitely the reason we won that game.
Yeah, because
Derrick
Henry.
I mean, you see a 60-yard run? Oh my goodness, he just won before I left him.
I think that's the only run I saw. We got the end of it at the end of the Cowboys game. It was like, we're going to take you live into the Seahawks and Titans game. And Johnson's like, oh, good, we get to make fun of Chris. And then y'all ended up winning. So.
It's on you, big kid.
Yeah. Okay.
I really just wanted a reason to roast you since you're always roasting everyone else.
I haven't said anything lately. What have I said of recent?
Johnson.
Turned a new leaf.
Johnson just starts all over text with, boy.
I haven't said nothing.
Okay.
But what the improvement we had is we only gave up 6 points in the second half. The second half and overtime, we only gave up 1 touchdown.
Which, for Lockett and Wilson, that's a miracle.
And then, honestly, besides the 3 home runs, because they had 3 60-yard touchdowns.
Yeah.
Besides that, they didn't do shit against us. They ran the ball. I think Carson had like 40 yards.
Yeah.
And then Wilson, other than those 3 touchdowns, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, so very good.
Defense was good. Offense was wonderful. They just got, I mean, like I said, they made 2 of those touchdowns. We never even go to an overtime. So
yeah, again, the refs screwed y'all over, and they.
And then, did you see? I mean, did you watch the game? Did you see how it ended? How it should have ended on a safety, but they called him down at the 1 yard line.
Yes, I saw that.
I'm like, he's in the end zone.
Yes,
you have seen Russell Wilson break those before and run around.
That was the last play I saw before we left because we went to my mom's to watch the game, and that's the last play I saw that was significant. And I was like, nah, that should have been a safety. That should have been over.
That's fine. They got the one. They punted it. Henry ran it 4 times for 20 yards.
So instead of winning by 2, you guys won by 3. So there you go.
Hey.
So
what happened to the Cowboys?
The Cowboys got the W. It was kind of a half a W, so it was a V.
It definitely was a V.
It was a V. It was a half a W. It was a V because my friend Andrew messaged me, and he was the only time I've ever seen a Cowboys fan get pissed that we won.
Is it Andrew Messenger?
Yes.
Okay.
He messaged me and said we should have lost by 2 touchdowns. The refs helped us out. I said, but you got to remember, when was the last time the refs helped us out in a game? Like, ever. He's like, oh, you got a good point. I'm like, yeah, exactly. They fucked us last week, and they actually kind of helped us this week. So, other than that, I mean, Micah Parsons moving to D-Law's position looked really freaking good. He actually had more pressures, and he actually had more of a presence than Bosa did. Bosa got shut down. He didn't do shit in that game. No pressures, no sacks. Like, Dak was upright if Bosa was going after him. But Parsons, man, he sacked him once. He got like 4 pressures on him. Mm-hmm. And I think he made a couple tackles, one behind the line, I think. And so, of course, the big question this week was, are they going to move him to D-Law's spot while they're waiting for him to come back? Or what are they doing? And from what I understand is their defensive scheme is just whoever they play that week. So we get Jalen Hurts this week, so they're going to obviously try to consume him as much as they can so he doesn't scramble and doesn't pick up yardage and touchdowns. So I thought we looked good. Dak didn't have a touchdown. He did throw that one pick, which was like, what the fuck?
I didn't see the game, so this is all news.
He didn't have one touchdown. Pollard and Zeke pretty much had a 50-50 split, which going forward, I'm okay with that, even though you did pay Zeke the big money. So all week long, people are saying that the Cowboys need to let go of Zeke. They need to trade Zeke. They need to get rid of him because Pollard is the answer. It's apples and oranges. You're comparing 2 running backs that have 2 different styles, 2 different ways to play, and Zeke is more of a one-cut, see-you-later running back. Pollard is more of like a magician where he can slip out and he can, do jukes and twists and turns and hurdle over you. And with the East, they're 2 different types of running backs. We'll see what it's like at the end of the season, but if they do 50-50 splits, I think Zeke carried it 17 times and Pollard carried it 15. I'm okay with that. Okay. So, there we go.
The fuck was that clock management at the end, though?
Apparently, camera was blocking the clock on the field. They couldn't see. And that's what Kellen Moore's excuse was, because Kellen Moore was like, there was a camera while I was looking downfield and I couldn't see it. Honestly, I mean, that was the issue, was the freaking clock management. But, I mean...
I was like, yeah, you made Zerline's job a lot harder.
Yes.
Because if you could have got another 10 yards, 46 is more makeable, but 56, oh my god.
Because I was even thinking, like, what are they fucking doing? Like, they're milking it down to, like, what, he kicked it with, like, 4 seconds to go or something like that. And I'm just like, bro, we could have easily given him, more time. We actually could have done, like, one more play down the field.
Yeah, Romo was confused, too.
Yeah, Romo was like, what the hell was that? But apparently a camera was blocking the clock on the field. So, there you go. All right, Chris. So, this is the moment I've all been waiting for. And that is the picks for this week. Week 3 picks. Again, you're up 1 game on me, so let's see if I can bounce back. Maybe I can tie you or whatever. So the question I got to ask you, didn't ask you last week. I was very sad. Cried myself to sleep every single night.
I heard the question.
And that, well, not to your face. Well, and that question is, who you got?
Man, we got the 2-0 Panthers at the Texans without Tyrod Taylor.
Obviously, I'm going to go with the Panthers on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Darnold, who would have thought? You actually put a good team and a good coach around Darnold. Darnold, he actually doesn't look that bad.
Hey, Darnold.
Sam Darnold doesn't look that bad.
We've also learned that anybody in a system with Adam Gase in charge, you're going to suck.
Yes.
Darnold sucked, and then Tannehill, he sucked.
Yeah.
And now they're both free, and they're doing good.
There you go. So, yeah, Panthers all day.
Mm-hmm. And they got, Chris McCaffrey. So then we got the football team at the Bills.
I'm going to go with the Bills. The Bills were a runner-up with the don't panic, because a lot of people are like, oh, Josh Allen's not throwing the ball as much as we thought he would. He's not taking off. They're not doing so good. What's going on? Just shut the fuck up. The Bills are going to be fine.
What he said. All right, I'll take the Bills to Bears at Browns.
Bears don't beat Browns.
No, they don't.
Brownies.
Brownies
beat Bears. Bears beat off.
Brownies beat Bears. Bears suck a dick.
Yes, Bears beat...
Except, although we'll see what Phil's does.
Bears beat off in shower while crying.
So I go. All right.
Same, fam.
Ravens at Lions.
Oh, my God. These matchups are not even close. I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Yeah, there's a lot of green on one side.
The Ravens, good freaking God, man. Way to go, Ravens last week. That was crazy.
Still 1-1. That's crazy. All right, here we go. Not a toss-up.
Oh, my
We
God.
got the Colts and the Titans with, Wentz with his broken ankle, with his sprained ankles.
I'm going to feel so sorry for that quarterback you guys are facing off against.
Oh, Eason.
Eason. God bless him. I mean, they have Sam Ellinger as the backup.
He's on IR.
Oh, he's on the IR? Who's the backup now?
I don't know who the backup
Oh,
is.
my God. You're going to kill him. They're not going to have a quarterback.
Like, Ellinger's been Ellinger got hurt in third.
It's going to be like
game.
a Hinton moment for the Broncos last year.
So I don't know what they're going to do.
I don't know.
But I pick Titans.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
Aw.
Chargers at Chiefs.
This is a little unfair.
It is, but it's the Chiefs.
It's the Chiefs, but the Chiefs lost last week, but I think they're going to get a bounce back game this week. Let's go, Chiefs.
But you didn't say they're playing the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chiefs.
How about them? Chiefs.
And we got the Saints at the Patriots.
Uh,
Jameis Winston became Jameis Winston again.
yeah, he went back to the LASIK before LASIK surgery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. This is why I benched him, and then I picked up Daniel Jones in that league because that experiment worked for a week, and then I'm like, okay, this is fucking over. I'm gonna pick the hoodie.
I got the Saints.
Oh,
They get their coaches back. So
yeah. Last week that was the only problem.
like they had like a water boy calling plays.
Yeah.
So I mean, give them a little bit. We'll see if that was the.
That means
reason.
Kamara's gonna do good, which I'm okay with.
They're toss up.
Yes.
This is also the shit show of the week, everybody.
Woo-wee!
Because you have a combined record of 0-4, which is the worst you can have right now. The Falcons at Giants.
Oh, yeah, Giants for sure. I mean, Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley versus.
Pitts and Ryan.
Yeah.
They're the Pitts.
Before the season, I would have told you that the Falcons were going to win this game, but absolutely not. I got the Giants in this one.
Yeah, they're kind of Pitts. Bengals at Steelers.
Steelers are not looking so hot.
Yeah, the Bengals. Bengals lost to the Bears.
They did lose to the Bears.
B had 3 picks.
Oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna play surprise. I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
I'm gonna play not surprised. You with the Steelers.
The Steelers. That's where Chris starts gaining ground on me, guys.
Because of shit like this.
Yes, fucking shit like this. Okay.
Next, we got the Cardinals at the Jaguars.
Oh my God. The Jaguars are. You know, I think FAU could beat the Jaguars right now.
You see the I was watching the TikTok on the way over here, and it was Urban Meyer talking to the coach of the Broncos, who they played last week.
Uh-huh.
He's like, man, it's like playing Alabama every week in this league. They're all so good. And then after the post game, the coach from Denver, he's like, yeah, I don't know Urban very well, but he says it's like playing Alabama every week. He's like, I'm like, and I was like thinking about it, I was like, no shit, these are professionals, Urban. These aren't kids.
So that was the office moment. It's like, yeah, I was talking to Urban earlier, and he was just not fucking getting it.
I'm like, yeah, these are professionals.
Just pretend we're talking till the cops leave.
Oh, fucking Jags, man. I love it.
Oh, my
I
God.
love it.
Oh.
And here's another not
Oh.
show, but the second worst team in the league.
Yeah.
Actually, there's competition for who's going to be the worst. Jets and Broncos. Broncos win.
The Broncos are going to start 3-0, which is crazy to think about.
I know, they haven't played anybody good, really.
Well, yeah, no. That's
They
like.
played what? They played Jags.
And then Mississippi of the Blind.
I mean, but yeah, so let's not be real.
Yep.
Okay, who did the Broncos play in the first week?
That's a good question, Chris.
I have ESPN.
Wish I had the answer for you on top of my head.
No, I have the answer for you.
Who is it?
They beat the Giants.
Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, fine.
Yeah, so they haven't beat anybody.
That's fine. That's cool.
All right. Now we got Dolphins at the Raiders.
I'm
The first place Raiders.
The Raiders in that division. That's crazy. Yep, I'm going to pick the Raiders.
Pick the Raiders, too. Good for them.
Yeah. Really good.
Good for the out. Now we got toss-up. The Buccaneers at the Rams.
I mean, this is a really good...
Yeah, this is Brady's first game ever in L.A.
This is one of the teams... That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
We got Chiota. All right, I'm going to go with the Bucs. I'm going to go with the defending champs.
Go with the Bucs.
I'm on the Rams. Let's switch it up.
Well, I was going to go the opposite of you.
You're going to go with Brady and the Bucs.
Now I'm going with the Bucs. I was like, I'll take whoever he doesn't pick. Because honestly, you can't... I mean, I can make an argument either way, but Buccaneers, they look like champs right now.
They do, because that Brady guy, I don't really know him that well, but he had 5 touchdowns last week.
I know,
Yeah.
He was like I was happy when I got him in the draft. He's like the 5th or 6th quarterback taken off. He's like the number 1 quarterback right now.
Oh my God.
Thank you, old
And I was
man.
listening to a podcast, and they said that you should sell him. You should get rid of him.
No.
I'm like, Why the fuck would you do that?
He scored me 29 points 2 weeks in a row. Why would they do that?
When the golden goose is laying eggs, you fucking keep the golden goose. But I digress.
And here we go. We have the Seahawks at the Vikings. Vikings. The Vikings. Those poor kids.
Skull. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Sea Chickens.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to get skull fucked this week. I'm going to go with the Seahawks for a revenge game.
All right. Toss up.
Woo.
Be a good Sunday night game.
Definitely.
We got the Packers at the Niners.
You know, Aaron Rodgers kind of woke up and realized that he still plays for the Green Bay Packers and he's not in Denver yet, or he's not,
wherever the fuck he's going.
Wherever the hell he's going to go. To the moon?
He'll be in New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers.
I'm going to go with the Packers as well.
There you go.
And the game Colin's been waiting for. Winner of this game is sole possession of first place in the NFC East. We have the Eagles at the Cowboys.
Of course I'm going to go with my Dallas Cowboys. It's Monday night. It's under the lights. We're a better-looking team. Our defense is actually stepping up this year. Dak's looking like he's, running on all cylinders. The Eagles are the Eagles. I'm going to go with the Cowboys.
I am picking the home team. That's the only reason. If it was in Philly, I would have picked Philly. If it's in Dallas, I'm picking Dallas. And look where it's at. It's in Dallas.
Yeah.
So I'm picking the Eagles. I gotcha.
Jalen Hurts, back hurts. Doesn't matter. Cowboys by 20.
I would. Who do I want to pick? Eagles or Cowboys? I don't even know.
Oh, anyway.
So I'll pick a number between 1 and 10.
Let's go 5.
Eagles with it.
Oh, there we go. Because that's the number of rings that we got versus 1. But anywho.
Brady's got 7.
Brady's got 7 all by his damn self. Alright, guys. Thank y'all so much for dropping by. Chris, if you have any closing thoughts, let's hear them. If not, then let's get the fuck out of here.
Happy first day of fall, everybody.
Happy first day. God, it was 74 degrees was the high yesterday. And it was fantastic. Today I got up to 85 or something like that. I'm like, no, go back down. I did see a funny meme. It was like, man, Texas weather went from 90 to 55 like they saw a state trooper or something.
And then,
Alright.
that's all I got.
That's all you got? Alright, guys. Thank y'all so much once again for dropping by. We appreciate y'all so much. You guys are awesome. And always remember my little piglets. Colin Porkchop loves y'all the mostest. And
Making choices.
especially
In.
the
Got.
damn piglin.
I love how we both went high.
Bye.
We grabbed each other's nuts and that's where I went.
Want to get high? Maybe just don't pull that hard. Bye, guys. Damn it.